What's up, YouTube? In this video, we're going to check out the LS1 Robot Vacuum Cleaner by Lefant. This vacuum has some really cool high-tech features like anti-drop technology, auto-charging, Alexa and Google Assistant control, and even a built-in LiDAR sensor that utilizes AI algorithms for advanced room mapping, which allows you to set up no-go zones or spot clean any room with the push of a button. This robot is available on Amazon, and I've left links to everything in the description below. So with that said, let's go ahead and open one up. Alright, so the first thing in the box is the robot vacuum manual. So definitely always go through these manuals when you get them. We'll put that out of the way for now. Looks like it's packaged pretty well with some really thick styrofoam. Let's see here, we've got the charging adapter. So you'll plug this into the charging base. We've got the charging base itself here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Looks like a standard robot vacuum charging case. So the adapter will plug in right here. So basically, you take this, you plug this in right here, and then plug it into the wall. And this is where the robot will charge. And then we've got the actual vacuum. I'll set this out of the way for now. We'll check this out in detail here in a minute and just get everything out of the box. So what's left in here, it looks like it comes with, let's see, 4 brushes in total. So it comes with enough brushes for 2 sets. So you'll use these 2 first. When these run out, you can go ahead and replace them with those. So it comes with replacements. So we'll put those over here. And it also comes with 2 HEPA filters. So one filter is already installed. It's in the robot, and I'll show you that later, but this is a replacement, so an extra HEPA filter. And it looks like that's everything in the box, so we'll get this out of the way for now. And let's go ahead and check out the robot. So this is the way it comes from Amazon. Let's get this out of here. All right, and first impressions, it's really nice. It's got like a shiny paint here on the top. I really like that. It's a very dark black, which will go with everything else in my house. And you can see right here that it is by the company Lefant. It is pretty heavy. It's a high quality product. I really like that. Let's see, let's check out the buttons up here on the front. And this is the LiDAR sensor here on the top. So this is what will actually map out your house and get those precise mappings, is this little area here. And then you've got a few buttons here. It looks like a power button, a home button, and I'm not sure what that one is yet, but we'll figure it out. Oh, and then the Wi-Fi connect button here. You've got some more sensor areas here on the front. Let's see, we've got the on-off switch. And this is actually the dustbin here on the back. Let's check out the bottom. So right here, we've got the wheels, obviously. You've got your brush, and this brush comes out of here, so you can clean it easily. If you just pop this off with those 2 little switches right there, you can take this right in and out, and if you get hair and stuff in there, you can get that right out. And then you'll just go ahead and snap this right back on. So you line it back up. Front will line up first like that, and then the back will snap in. All right, now it's ready to go. All right, and while we're down here, we'll just go ahead and install some of these real quick. So you can see these just snap right on here. So you line them up just like that and click them in. Same thing on this side. Line it up, click it in, and it'll click in there pretty good. You'll know when it's ready. These 2 little metal things here are what actually charges the robot. So whenever it goes back to its dock, it'll just line this up with, I'll show you, it'll line it up with these 2 here. So these will basically line up right there, and that'll charge a robot. So, and the robot will do all the charging and everything by itself. That's all automatic. All right, so let's move that, and let's check out the dustbin real quick. So the dustbin on this one is back here. You'll just click this little button down right there, and that pulls the dustbin out. You can see the little inside. I'm going to set this down for now. And this one does have a pretty big dustbin, a lot bigger than my last one. Let's see, so inside of there you can see there's already a filter installed. And there's some hinges right here, so to open it, it looks like you just kind of open it, yeah, just like that. And then you can go ahead and empty this out in the trash. But this is where you'll put your filters at. So to change the filter, you just open this little selector up right here, and this is the second one. So again, it does come with a replacement. So when this one gets dirty, you can wash these out and dry them too, so you don't have to replace them every time. But we'll go ahead and close this up for now and get everything put back together. And let's see, so to put this back on here, this one's a little bit easier because you can actually just line it up with the robot itself. So this one, it just slides in there just like that, and it'll click in there pretty good. So that's the robot itself. My first impression, I really do like it. It's a high quality robot. What we'll do now is we'll go ahead and find a decent docking area and get it charged. Once it's charged up and ready to go, I'll show you guys how to set everything up with the app, and then we'll test out some of the features on it. A good location for the charging dock is basically right up against a wall. It's good to have a little bit of open area around the dock, that way the robot doesn't have any issues locating it. But I found with this robot, it actually marks the dock's location on its map once it starts mapping out your house. So usually it just drives right back over to it. Alright, and then once you have everything plugged up and you see this green light here on the side, you're good to go. Remember that whenever you start the charger, you want these two prongs to line up with those two prongs. So it's going to look pretty much like this. So you set it on there, and if
start charging,
you may hear some voice prompts like that tell you to start charging. So as long as this power button lines up with the middle of the dock, you should be good. You've got that set. Now what you want to do is look over on the side and turn this power button on right here. So flip it up. And to make sure it comes on, and if you don't see any lights, just go ahead and click right here, and that'll power it on, and then just let it charge for a while. And while mine's charging, I'll go ahead and show you guys how to set up the app. Alright, and the app setup for this device is actually really easy. So what you'll do is just start in your app store and search for the Lefant app. It'll look something like this. So go ahead and open that, and you can go ahead and click on download or get. Once it's downloaded, just open up the app. It'll bring you to the home page. It'll ask if the app can send you notifications. I would suggest to allow. And then it'll just ask you to set up a basic app profile. So to do that, it asks for the country and date. So for me, mine will be up here, USA. Let's see, and then language is English. So next step, it looks like you can log in with your phone. So I'll go ahead and put in my phone here and have it send a code. Just type in your number, click send code, wait for the message, and then you can go ahead and input that there and click on login. Then you'll get a notification that says Lefant would like to find and connect to devices on your local network. So you can go ahead and click allow. That makes it easier to set everything up. Alright, and now that the app is set up, we can go ahead and add our robot. So to do that, we'll click this big plus sign here, and this robot is part of the LS series, so we'll select this option, and then we'll click on the LS1 robot. So step one is to power on the robot. So go ahead and click your power button up to make sure it's powered on, and then listen for a voice prompt.
Welcome to use the Lefant Robot Vacuum. Please scan the body QR code, download the correct app, and connect to internet to get a better experience.
Once you've heard that prompt, go ahead and select this option here and then click on next step. And step 2 is the network configuration. So what we'll do now is hold the power button for 3 seconds and listen for another voice prompt.
Please connect to the wireless network according the instructions to the mobile app.
Alright, now it is ready for network configuration, so we'll go ahead and select this option again and then click on next step. And step 3 is to connect to your 2.4 gigahertz wireless network. So I've got all my information put in here. So once you've got that ready, go ahead and click on next step again. And step 4 is to connect to the robot's hotspot. So now we'll basically just connect to the Wi-Fi that the robot emits. So to do that, click on this connect hotspot button, and it's going to bring you into your Wi-Fi settings. And you should see a new network option for Smart Life. So go ahead and select that one. And once it's connected, go ahead and go back into your Lefant app. And now it's going to begin pairing the device. So this should only take a few seconds, maybe up to a minute, but just give it a little time. And then you should hear that prompt saying that the connection was successful. And now the robot has successfully been added. So we can give it a name. I'm just going to name this one Lefant for now. And then put into service. So this is going to bring us into the robot's home screen, and from here we can basically control everything. So this button down here that says house cleaning, if you click it, it's just going to basically tell the robot to go right then and there. It doesn't have any really specific settings with this button. So if you want to actually customize your settings, what you'll do is click this arrow right here. And this is the area where it'll show the map of your house. You can actually choose a bunch of different options like these down here. So this button here is to start cleaning. This one here is to tell the robot to go back to the charger. This option here, we'll go ahead and click this because you want to change this from, I don't know if yours is showing silent mode, if it's showing standard mode, but you want to change this to strong mode. And when you do change things, you may hear the robot do voice prompts in the back. I really like that. The robot tells you exactly what it's doing. But moving on, this button here is actually to find the robot. So if the robot is moving around your house and you're not sure where it's at, click this button and it's going to call out to you with a voice prompt. This button here is for timing tasks, so we'll go ahead and open this up. And with this, you can basically, by clicking this plus button, you can set up different schedules. So if you wanted the robot to clean, let's say at 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday, you can set that up right here. It's really easy to do. And I did test that out. It works super well. This option right here is the remote control mode. So if you would like to drive the robot around by yourself and just make sure it goes exactly where you want it, you can use this to tell it to go north, south, east, or west. This is really cool. I've tested this out. It works great. This option here is to basically check for upgrades for the robot. So whenever you first start your robot, I always recommend checking right here, and you want to make sure your robot is at least at 50% charge for this. But you'll go ahead and click right here, and this will check for upgrades. So if there is one available, you'll just click the button right there to go ahead and upgrade it then. And right here is the option for more settings. So if you go in here, you can actually change the nickname of your robot. It'll tell you the serial number. Right here is a very important option. So you want to go ahead and click on map management and make sure this option is turned on for map saving. This tells the robot to actually remember the map in your house. So whenever you use it, it'll be more and more efficient each time. So you're definitely going to want to make sure to turn this on. And then there are a few other options down here, like operation records. You've got continue cleaning option, and I would recommend turning that on as well. Volume control for the robot. So if you don't like that voice prompt, you can turn that up and down here. You can reset your map right here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that so I can show you guys what it looks like starting off fresh. So we will reset that there. And then you can go ahead and change your Wi-Fi names and things like that. So that basically covers how you control the robot. Now that we've got that all set up, let's go ahead and test the robot out itself. And a couple quick tips before we get started is if you have any cables or cords that run across your floor, it's a good idea to cover them or pick them up. I bought this cord organizer here off of Amazon, and it's really cool because the wires can just run right through the middle of it, and then the robot can go right over without tangling all these cords in its brushes. So this was actually pretty cheap. I'll leave a link for this in the description below if anyone else needs them. And another tip is if you have any tables or anything like that on wheels, you're going to want to lock those wheels down. That way the robot doesn't push your tables around. And yeah, with that out of the way, we can go ahead and check out a few things that I have set up for today's test. So I brought in some dirt and some leaves here and put near the front door to test the robot out with that. And then in the kitchen, I went ahead and tore up some paper towels. That way we can see how well it does with things like that. But yeah, I set up a few things. I want to see how well it goes through doors, or like around doors and over thresholds, and also from linoleum to carpet. So yeah, let's go ahead and test this thing out. And to do so, we will click the Start Clean button in the app.
Strong suction mode.
Alright, so there it goes. Let's go ahead and see what it does now. So it looks like it starts off with a quick spin around. That way it can check out the room and get an initial mapping. Right now it's using its LiDAR sensor just to look at everything and kind of get an idea of where it's going to go. And it's deciding to go this way at first. So it's not very loud. That's my first impression of, oh look, it's going right to the dirt right off the bat. So wow, it got pretty much all the dirt in one go. There's still some over here, but it did pretty well right there. Let's see here. Checking out the door. There's a bunch of dust and dirt and things in the mat on the door over there, so I want to see how well it does over that as well. And it's kind of just driving around right now, just getting an idea of the room here. Alright, as you can see, it goes from linoleum right over to carpet without any issue. Alright, so now we'll just follow it around a little bit and just see how it does. It looks like right now it's just kind of following the corners, figuring things out. Alright, so it moves into corners really well. It looks like it goes around corners really well also. And it also looks great. That black, it's super shiny, and that black looks awesome with everything else in my house. And it's still mapping everything out, so it's figuring out that this is the living room. Through that door there is the bathroom, and then from the bathroom is the bedroom. So it's basically going to get all that figured out. And then once it gets the general outline and outlay of the house, then it'll go through and start actually cleaning everything really in depth. So yeah, it's moving around the wheels on this table really well. Again, it's moving from linoleum to carpet without any issue whatsoever. And since the table is locked down, it's not able to push these wheels anywhere. I have some more cords right here going from my computer basically to my keyboard and things like that for work. So this is another type of cord organizer that I found great. And I'll link this in the description as well. It just wraps around like smaller cords. But yeah, this works awesome. So it's in here behind my chair now, doing really well. Just kind of getting the carpet. It's really efficient at following the walls. And now it's about to get up to this door that leads to the bathroom. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. Because there is a gap here below the door, so the robot might think it can go under it. But with its LiDAR sensor, it should realize that there's something there. So you can see it kind of spinning around, figuring things out. There it goes, and it moved right around the door perfectly. Wow, that was super impressive. It's doing a great job at mapping the bathroom. It is starting to recognize that the bedroom is right through there. Right around there, it's pretty much a bed with just a small strip around it that the vacuum can fit in and out of. So it looks like it is, yeah, so now it's going into the bedroom. We'll follow it in here just to see what it can see. So basically, yeah, it's just a small strip. Sorry, there's not much light back here, but it's just mapping everything out. Alright, so now that it's mapped out the whole house, it knows where the living room is, where the bathroom is, and where the bedroom is. So now it'll start doing a much more organized path of back and forth. People refer to it as a bow-shaped path, but really it's just make sure that it's not missing anything. So it's going to go back in and just fill in all the areas that it hasn't hit yet. So this robot is super effective and efficient. I really like it. It's not very loud, and it's doing a great job. It looks like it's going to go ahead and start hitting this rug near the door here, and I'm really interested to see how well it does with that, because as you can see, there is a lot of dirt and things there, so this will be a good test for it. Looks like there's a little cord here, and you can see what I mean with the cables. It's good to go ahead and cover those so that it doesn't get caught in the brushes, but those are really short, so no trouble there. It moves right around all of these cables really well, and now let's see what it does here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a few passes over this thing, because there's so much dirt right at the door. I live at a beach, so there's tons of sand here. But you can kind of see where it went right through there, and it's done a great job. But let's see how much time it spends right here for now, if it's going to keep moving on. I mean, already it looks like there's a lot missing. There's still some in there, so hopefully it comes back. It can also see its charger there, so it knows not to bump the charger around and mess up the alignment. And it does a really good job at getting as far into those corners as it can. So it also does a great job at moving around furniture without bumping into things too much, especially after it's mapped your house for the first time. So once the map has been generated and it knows where it's at, this robot is super efficient. Here we go. I also wanted to see how well it would move around shoes and other things, so this is a good test for it here. Alright, it seems to know there's something there, so it's not going to try and push through it too hard. Now it's beginning to move into the kitchen, so let's see if it gets our experiment here with these paper towels. Alright, looks like there is a jet of air on the left side of the robot that's moving the paper towels around, but let's see if it can pick them up. Alright, looks like it's doing actually a great job. Let's see if it can get that one back there. Alright, yeah, this is what I like to see. There we go. So it did get the majority of them. It looks like there's a couple left, so it's going to come back. It is still mapping the kitchen. That was its first pass. And that little air vent on the back is blowing things around is blowing things around a bit as well. So let's see if it goes and picks them up this time on the second round through. Now there's only 2 pieces left. That one there is in the corner, so hopefully we'll get it. That one back there is going to be a little difficult. Oh, and then the jet pushed it in the back, which is fine. I mean, it got 99% of those paper towels, so that's awesome. Let's see what else we've got here. Also, with the dirt that was near the door here, I mean, it is all gone. There is no dirt left, so that is fantastic. I brought in a whole bunch of dirt and leaves for right there just to test it. So, and for it to only miss that one paper towel, mainly because of the air vent that was on the side of the robot, that was impressive as well. So I'm super happy with those results. The LiDAR sensor is super efficient, so it can see basically everything. Alright, and it is done, and you can see how quickly it's able to return to the charging dock because it knows exactly where it's at. It did mark it there on the map. So yeah, it just zooms right over and begins charging.
Start charging.
I really like this robot. It's super efficient, it's super quiet, it's great at mapping everything out. So all in all, I couldn't recommend it anymore. And like I said, I hadn't actually swept in here for about a week just for this test. So quickly, let's go ahead and open up the dustbin and see how much we were able to collect. And to do that, again, you just go ahead and click down right here, pop this sucker out. Let's see what we can see. If we can, we may have to open it. Oh, look, there are all the paper towels. There are all the paper towels from our test right there. Let's move this over here above the trash can and we'll open this thing up. So I'm doing this with one hand, so I don't know how this is going to play out here, but let's see. Wow. Oh wow, that's amazing. So look at all this from just about 1 week. That's a ton of like fluff. Just that's amazing. And then you can see all the paper towels back there from just now in our test. And then this is the HEPA filter. Look at all the little minute fine particles it was able to pull out. Yeah, this robot is fantastic. It's super efficient. Let's empty this out. Wow, I can't believe how much dust just came out of there. This whole bin was completely full. So this is amazing. Yeah, this robot works incredibly well. It's super efficient. When I got it, it was less than $200 on Amazon. Now, keep in mind the price is subject to change. It can go up and down just depending on a number of different things, but usually it's available around $200 or a little bit less. I will leave a link for it in the description below in case you'd like to go ahead and check one out for yourself. And if there are any codes available for discounts, I'll leave those down there also. But yeah, I really hope you guys have liked this video. If so, please go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying really hard to get to 10,000 subscribers. And until next time, my friends, take it easy.